Hello, everyone, and you are welcome once again to Helena's Corner. You're welcome back to Helena's Corner, your trusted space for honest conversations about parenting, child protection, safeguarding, and family life. Today's topic is incredibly important, often misunderstood, and sometimes difficult to talk about. All right, and it is child neglect. Today, we're going to be talking about understanding child neglect. We're going to be talking about what it looks like and how to prevent child neglect. As a parent and a social worker here in the UK, I know this word can feel very heavy, but understanding neglect isn't about pointing fingers or causing shame or blaming anyone. It's about awareness, it's about education and prevention. It's about making sure that children are growing up feeling safe, feeling loved, cared for, and valued. All right, so let's break it down in a clear, non judgmental, practical way. Whether you're a parent, a carer, a teacher, or someone who wants to do right by children, this video is for you. So, what is neglect? Neglect is an ongoing failure of meeting a child's needs. It's an ongoing failure of meeting a child's basic needs. It's not always about what you do. Neglect is about what you don't do, right? Now, that might include things like not providing enough food, clothing, warm environment, ignoring the child's medical needs, leaving a child alone at home or leaving a child unsupervised for long periods of time, not giving love, attention, or emotional support. In the UK, neglect is the common reason children are placed under a child protection plan, and it can have lasting effects on a child's health, development, and future relationships. Now, we've got four main types of neglect. We have the physical neglect, which is not meeting the child's basic needs, like providing shelter, food, warm environment, good home condition. We've also got emotional neglect, which is not giving comfort, not giving positive attention. Children also need emotional connection as much as they need food. It's very, very important. Three, we've got medical neglect. What this means is neglect of the child's health needs, not taking the child to see the doctors or the dentist, missing important medical appointments, and anything concerning the child's health. Four is educational neglect, which means when you're not ensuring that your child is attending school or helping them to learn at home. Now, what does neglect actually look like in real life? It doesn't always look like extreme poverty, all right? It can be really subtle. A child might seem very clingy, very withdrawn, often hungry, dirty, not wearing appropriate clothes for the weather, might be late from school, missing school regularly, have untreated illnesses or injuries, struggle emotionally, or act out. Sometimes neglect happens because a parent is struggling. So most times parents don't always intentionally neglect their children. However, it can happen when a parent is struggling, and that's why it's always good for parents to recognize when they need help or when they need support and seek support in the right places. A lot of factors also cause reasons why parents neglect their children's needs. So we've got mental health, we've got domestic abuse, we've got substance misuse, we've got um, you know, different reasons really. We've got neglect of the home life, home condition, for the children, a lot of things, and trauma as well for parents sometimes often leads to neglect, or their own ACEs, that's their own adverse childhood experiences, or how they were parented, can also lead to child neglect, or simply not having enough support in place, because sometimes it can be overwhelming when you have got a single mom or a single dad having to care for three, four, five children on on her own or on his own. It can be a struggle sometimes and can be overwhelming, which can lead to child neglect. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't love your child, but it's just about you not giving your child the right and basic needs the child requires, right? Now we're going to make some clarifications. What neglect is not. Neglect is not being a working parent or needing childcare. That is not neglect. It's not living in a small home or receiving benefits. It's not a parent who is doing their best but finding it tough sometimes. We recognize that sometimes it can be tough for parents, especially as a single mom or a single dad. So it's not about being perfect. It's not about providing that perfect care for your child. It's about recognizing that you're struggling and seeking support. It's about recognizing that your children are supposed to be getting more than you're giving, but you're trying your best, but you're struggling, right? It's about Neglect is about chronic unmet needs and persistent lack of care. If it's the neglect of a child needs for a specific reason and it's not um consistent, it's probably one off for some reason, yes, that can be understandable. However, it's always good to seek help and seek support so that there is no point in a child's life where the child's needs are not met. Neglect is not one off mistake or financial hardship alone. Although financial hardship can cause neglect, however, it's not neglect. We're going to talk about the impact of neglect on children. Yeah, it affects every part of a child's development. Physical health can suffer, poor growth, illness, brain development might be delayed, emotional and social needs, skills can be underdeveloped. They may struggle with trust, relationships, and self worth into adulthood. When children are used to not their needs not being met, they become ambivalent. They struggle with trusting adults around them because they are used to their needs not being met and the adults around them not meeting their needs or keeping them safe. Now, children who are neglected often um, grow up feeling invisible, feeling lonely, or feeling like, you know, they're in their own world and they're there to fend for themselves. That's something no child should ever feel. That is something no child should ever feel. Now, how can we prevent neglect? Let's talk about practical ways to prevent neglect. Check in with yourself. Parenting is hard. We understand that it's quite hard for parents. It's not always easy to juggle up, caring for your children and probably with work if you're working with other, extended family life. When it comes to parents that are from my background or share the same background as me, we don't only care for our children, we also care for extended family members back home. We also care for our parents. We also care for other people. So sometimes it can be overwhelming when there's just too much. And if you feel overwhelmed, it's okay to ask for help. When we're not saying that you shouldn't feel overwhelmed sometimes. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, but you should recognize when you're overwhelmed and seek help or support. Build a relationship, build a network of friends or family members that can actually support when you feel overwhelmed. That's not failure, that is strength. Sometimes some parents have that misconception or misunderstanding around seeking help or seeking support. For us as social workers, we don't see that as failure, we don't see that as weakness, we see that as strength. We see that as a strength when you are able to recognize that you need help in this area or in certain areas. Build a village, right? Connect with other parents, join groups, have friends, good and trusted adults around you that you can seek support from. Speak to your health visitor, speak to your GP. You are not alone. There is always support in place. It's all about you seeking support and accessing the right support. Speak to your GP if you feel like you don't know who to speak to or who to go to. Speak to your health visitor if you don't know where to turn to. Your health visitor will be able to signpost you. Your GP should signpost you as well. You can also self-refer to social services. A lot of parents find that very difficult. However, social services is here to support you It's here to ensure you're the right parent, you do the right things for your children. We'll do everything we can to put support in place for you. So it's always good to self-refer sometimes, because sometimes you're not able to access some support that your social worker can, or your social worker can help you access. So it's always good to speak to someone about it. Know the signs of neglect. If you notice a child at school, nursery, or in your neighborhood who might be struggling, don't ignore it. Try and know the signs. And that's why this video is good for you. So you understand neglect and you understand the signs. Report concerns appropriately. Like I always say, and I've said in my previous videos, safeguarding is everybody's business. Safeguarding is everyone's business. It's not only about you safeguarding your own child or your children. Safeguarding is everyone's business. When you see any concern, or you observe any concern, or you're worried about anything, report it. If you're seriously worried, speak to your local safeguarding team, NSPCC, or a school safeguarding lead, right? Now we're going to talk about what support is out there for parents. In the UK, families can get support through, we've got the early help teams, we've got parenting programs, we've got food banks that you can easily access, or financial support services. We have charities like NSPCC, we have the Bernardos, we have lots and lots of charities that help and support parents. We have children's centers, we have family hubs that bring people together, bring families together, bring children together, that can also support. Support should never feel like punishment. The aim is to help families thrive. It shouldn't feel like you're being punished, and it shouldn't feel like, oh, you're being told to do this because you're a bad parent. No, these supports are there to actually help you thrive and help you become a better parent, right? Final thoughts. Neglect is very serious, but it can also be preventable. Yeah, it starts with understanding, with having conversations, and with supporting each other without judgment. I hope this video has helped you and made you think about neglect, and also made you think about safeguarding other children, because neglect can have an adverse effect on a child's life. It can have an adverse effect on a child's development. If this video helped you, like this video, share obviously to parents who need this kind of information, and also subscribe to my channel. If there's any topic you have in mind you want me to discuss, you can add that to the comments and I will definitely discuss it. If you have questions as well, post it in my comment section and I will definitely answer your question. Subscribe to Helena's Corner for more honest, practical guidance on safeguarding parenting and family life. Let's raise children who are not just safe, but sane, supported, loved, and thriving. Thank you for watching this video. You are doing better than you think. See you in my next video. Bye.